Ye gentlemen and ladies fair who grace this famous city, just listen if you've time to spare while I rehearse a ditty. And for the opportunity, conceive yourselves quite lucky, for 'tis not often that you see a hunter from Kentucky, oh Kentucky, the hunters of Kentucky, oh Kentucky, the hunters of Kentucky. We are a hardy, free-born race, each man to fear a stranger. Whate'er the game, we join in chase, despising time and danger. And if a daring foe annoys, whate'er his strength and forces, we'll show him that Kentucky boys are alligator horses, oh Kentucky, the hunters of Kentucky, oh Kentucky, the hunters of Kentucky. I suppose you've read it in the prints, how Pakenham attempted to make old Hickory Jackson wince, but soon his scheme repented. For we with rifles ready cocked thought such occasion lucky, and soon around the general flock the hunters of Kentucky, oh Kentucky, the hunters of Kentucky, oh Kentucky, the hunters of Kentucky. You've heard, I suppose, how New Orleans is famed for wealth and beauty. There's girls of every hue, it seems, from snowy white to sooty. So Pakenham, he made his brags, if he in fight was lucky, he'd have their girls and cotton bags in spite of, oh Kentucky, the hunters of Kentucky, oh Kentucky, the hunters of Kentucky. But Jackson, he was wide awake and was not scared at trifles, for well he knew what aim we take with our Kentucky rifles. So he led us down to Cypress Swamp, the ground was low and mucky. There stood John Bull in martial pomp, and here was oh Kentucky, the hunters of Kentucky, oh Kentucky, the hunters of Kentucky. A bank was raised to hide our breast, not that we thought of dying, but that we always like to rest unless the game is flying. Behind it stood our little force, none wished it to be greater, for every man was half a horse and half an alligator, oh Kentucky, the hunters of Kentucky, oh Kentucky, the hunters of Kentucky. They did not let our patience tire before they showed their faces. We did not choose to waste our fire, so snugly kept our places. But when so near we saw them wink, we thought it time to stop 'em, and 'twould have done you good, I think, to see Kentuckians drop 'em, oh Kentucky, the hunters of Kentucky, oh Kentucky, the hunters of Kentucky. They found at last 'twas vain to fight where lead was all the booty, and so they wisely took to flight and left us to our beauty. And now if danger e'er annoys, remember what our trade is. Just send for us Kentucky boys and we'll protect you ladies, oh Kentucky, the hunters of Kentucky, oh Kentucky, the hunters of Kentucky.